After visiting the confluence of the Huang and Tao rivers, don't think you've finished exploring the Liujiaxia Reservoir and rush southward in haste, eager to reach Lebrang Monastery or Zhagana. The confluence is just a corner near the Liujiaxia Dam. The main attractions are still ahead. Moreover, upstream of the Liujiaxia Reservoir, there is a hidden 5A-rated World Cultural Heritage Site, the Bingling Temple Grottos. From the confluence of the Huang and Tao rivers, set your navigation to Sanyuan Town. When you reach Sanyuan Town, there is a fork in the road. Turn left at this fork to head down the mountain and take County Road 023 along the edge of the Liujiaxia Reservoir. First, set your navigation to Dongfeng Village, then to Xiangyang Village. The entire route runs right along the edge of the reservoir, and the road is easy to drive. The unique scenery of the Northwest will accompany you all the way. When I reached the pre-planned fork in the road, I took the mountain road here, which leads to Yangta Township. This road is called Shilin Road. Although the mountain road is a bit steep, it's very easy to drive on. Even a sedan can handle it without any problems. At the top of the mountain, there is a Forest Geological Park viewing platform, and below it, there's a fairly large parking lot. The view from this platform is incredibly wide and open. The unique geological formations unfold before you like a painting. Thousands of peaks stand tall. Countless ravines compete in their beauty, each peak taking shape. The rocks and cliffs form a spectacular landscape, presenting a magnificent scene as if 10,000 homes are facing the sky. The mountains within the canyon have dramatic vertical drops and are a typical example of Danxia landforms. These peaks come in various shapes with steep rock faces and are formed from purplish-red fine sandstone deposited around 140 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. After being eroded and weathered by flowing water, the landscape has developed into a vast stone forest, which looks like countless heavily fortified castles. Here, the Yellow River makes a big turn. I knew the Bingling Temple Grottos were nearby, but I couldn't figure out which mountain they were on. Just as I was immersed in flying and fixated on the live feed, the giant Buddha on the cliff of the Bingling Temple Grottos suddenly appeared. This unexpected surprise gave me goosebumps all over. Bingling Temple is situated on the red sandstone cliffs of Shaojishi Mountain, backed by Dangxia landforms, and facing the Liujiaxia Reservoir. Its dramatic location, nestled against the mountains and overlooking the river, and the evolution of its sculptures across 12 dynasties, make it not only a substantial historical record, but also an outstanding example of ancient religious art in dialogue with nature. This grotto has a history of over 1,600 years, making it 100 years older than the Mogao Caves in Dunhuang. In terms of scale, it ranks 5th, just after China's 4 major grottos. This Maitreya Buddha in Cave 171 was carved during the Tang Dynasty. Standing 27 meters tall, it is the iconic statue of Bingling Temple. The entrance ticket to Bingling Temple grottos costs 50 yuan, but once inside, the main attraction is essentially this giant Buddha. The other caves, like those at Maijishan, are all special caves and require separate tickets. Among them, the most famous, Caves 169 and 172, have a combined ticket price of 300 yuan. Since I had already seen the giant Buddha, I didn't buy additional tickets to enter the rest of the site, not because I was reluctant to spend a few hundred yuan. My followers will have noticed that my filming style focuses on grand, sweeping scenes with a majestic and imposing atmosphere. Honestly, I'm not particularly interested in the relics and murals inside the caves. So in fact, I've already achieved my goal. Visiting the Bingling Temple grottos and the Stone Forest requires a separate round trip, and then you have to return to Yongjing. If you don't want to drive, you can take a boat from Xiangyang Village, as I mentioned earlier. That's the most time-saving option. However, you won't be able to overlook the Stone Forest from above. On the way back, there's no need to double back. Take Provincial Road 230 on your return, so you'll be driving above the road you took to get here. The reservoir will still be below you, and you can see it from a distance. Return once again to National Highway 568. The next navigation point is the Qijiadu Bridge. Qijiadu Bridge isn't large, but it's very beautiful. It's a vital thoroughfare connecting Yongjing County and Dongjiang County. It's also a must-pass spot on the way to your next stop, Liujiaxia. Why not pause here for a moment? With a drone, you could capture the breathtaking scenery of the high gorges and tranquil lake. The lush green mountains and crystal-clear waters, with the canyon landscape resembling dragon claws reaching out toward the Yellow River. It also looks like it's wearing a bright red miniskirt. Honestly, it's hard to imagine this is a scene from the Yellow River. The most beautiful golden hour of the day was reserved for the Liujiaxia Bridge. Today's deep drive around the Liujiaxia Reservoir also reached its climax. Looking out on both sides of the bridge are rolling crimson cliffs. Steep, jagged, and sharply defined. The mountains look as if they've been split open by a giant axe. Layers upon layers of exposed rock reveal deep and light shades of red, orange, and brown. It's as if the flames burning deep within the earth have solidified here. Beneath the bridge, the Yellow River appears a gentle jade green, like a massive, slightly flowing piece of jade, or like smooth silk unfurled through the canyon, once again overturning people's perception of the Yellow River as always muddy. Amidst the striking contrast of red and green, the Liujiaxia Bridge soars through the air, like an elegant silvery gray rainbow, light yet resolutely spanning the deep gorge. The crimson Dangxia cliffs, the clear jade-green river, and the silvery gray steel bridge all appear together in the same frame, forming a picture. The visually striking harmony between Chinese infrastructure and nature creates a unique and magnificent landscape among these mountains and rivers. It was a very fulfilling day. The only thing that wasn't fulfilled was my stomach. I'm the kind of person who has to follow through with my plans, so before setting off, I bought some lamb in Lanzhou. The rest of the gear was all brought from home. Barbecuing by the Yellow River is one of the highlights today. The spot I found is right by the river. Few people, beautiful scenery. Hey, if you want to do the same, send me a private message and I'll share the location with you. Grilling lamb skewers by the Yellow River. Who else is in? In this episode, I'll explain exactly how to tour the Liujiaxia Reservoir. Just follow my steps and do as I say. The joy of a road trip lies in the journey and the experiences along the way. You'll come to appreciate it more and more each day.